You won a championship, 2, right? As a player, 3?
2 as a player, yeah.
2 as a player, yeah. You won as a player playing with Kobe and Shaq. Kawhi has won 2 as well. And if you look historically, you won one with Bron as well. If you look historically, you need basically a top 5 or so player to win. And you've been in a position, not last year because Kawhi and of course PG was hurt as well, but you've been in a position to coach these top 5 players. Like, could you, and you lived it as a player, could you sort of describe the impact and the difference, the specialness and uniqueness of the best versus even other all-stars? Like, what makes these guys so much better than everyone else?
Well, I mean, you have a lot of guys that are, that are really good players, but then you have those special guys, like you said, great players that, some players can get you there, but then there's a handful of guys that can take you all the way over the top. And so, like, when you talk about, top 5, you definitely talking about Kawhi, a guy that, okay, we get to the fourth quarter, last 6 minutes, we know he can take us there. And that's the difference. I think, you get to situations where, of course, I can make a game winner, once every whatever, but I'm saying for a guy to just consistently do it every single night, and you trust that, okay, if we get to the last 2 minutes of the game, he's going to break us home. And there's not a lot of players like that. So that's when you get to your top 5, top 10 players that on a night-to-night basis in the playoffs, regular season, that when we get to those last 2 minutes, they can bring us home.
I was going to ask you about Kobe in particular. A lot of the guys come on the show, obviously had a relationship with him and idolized him. Was there anything you learned or just saw with him when you were with him for those years that you pass on to especially younger players in terms of just preparation?
Just the way he worked. I think, people don't understand, how hard to work or how hard it is to work until you actually do it and go through it. And just seeing Kobe and the work he put in every single day, he was 19, 20 years old when I was on the team, and just having a routine and having to coming in at 7:00 in the morning before everybody got there, get his lift in, get his workout in, and then come in and be full speed in practice. Like, a lot of guys think, oh, well, I can't practice because I got to play. Like, no, like Michael Jordan at 40 practiced every single day. Doug Collins had to, try to kick him off the floor. He wouldn't leave. And the same thing with Kobe. Like, okay, you put the work in individually, but also coming to practice and then playing 40 minutes in every game. Like, that's a lot. And that's what the greats do. And so just seeing how they work and how I played every preseason game. Michael Jordan, when he first, they played every preseason game, like Kobe, every preseason game to get ready for the 82-game season. And so you see like the work those guys put in every single day. I'm like, man, I ain't working hard enough. I thought I was working hard, but these guys are, 10 times, more. And so that's what you see when you get to the Kobes and the Jordans and, LeBrons, like the work ethic, Kawhis. And so it's just a different work ethic than, a lot of other people.
As always, thank you for listening to the show. Please subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Wondery, wherever you listen to your podcast. We appreciate you guys.